Hi, and welcome to Tony's Cool Tools. I really appreciate you stopping by today. So for those of you who watch my channel, you know I did a full review on this extractivator tool. It removes invasive trees and shrubs. Well, today I'm going to show you an attachment that'll speed this up by 100 times. Let me show you. So the attachment I'm going to tell you about today is the STP34. It's made by the Stinger Corporation, and they manufacture here in the US. So the story of Stinger is unbelievable. In October of 2023, they had a fire in the manufacturing in their offices, which basically shut them down. They were out of business. However, within 2 weeks, the community rallied around them and found another facility where they could start manufacturing again. And that's what they've been doing. And their hopes are by 2024 that their new facility will be ready, which will be their manufacturing office and showrooms. The company focuses on skid steer, compact tractors, and utility tractor accessories and attachments. Now, the company started out as Dustin Smith Manufacturing. Dustin is a farmer, and as we all know, farmers have to fix all their equipment. And Dustin loved to fabricate custom equipment or custom attachments for tractors and skid steers. So in 2006, with one employee, he started the company. And they manufactured loader buckets and skid steer attachments. The company is extremely proud of manufacturing in the US and keeping jobs local, as well as buying local or US accessories and products for all their manufacturing. The focus when Stinger started, as well as now, is to make a quality product at a fair price, and they offer a 24-month warranty. And since their beginning, they've expanded their product offering tremendously, like multiple different grapples, pallet forks, loader buckets, snow removal equipment, just to name a few. Now let me give you some specs on this STP34. The most common tree puller out there is the one I'm showing you here. It's somewhat short and does not have a guard like this one does. This Stinger tree puller has some unique features, like this spade front over here for helping you dig, as well as serrated sides here for ripping out roots. And not only is the spade nose great for digging out roots, it will also help in demolition. If you have broken up concrete or something like that, you can just dig it in there and pry it out. It also has this front guard here for protecting from the tree going back onto the tractor or skid steer or onto the operator. But in addition, you can use this for pushing a tree over as well. These jaws are laser cut, and I'll show you in a moment why that's so important. This attachment weighs in at 450 pounds. Now that's only 95 pounds more than my 66-inch loader bucket, the standard one that comes on this Coyote here. And I can lift up to 1,835 pounds with this tractor. The jaw opens up to 34 inches, and the maximum tree diameter is approximately 10 inches, 8 to 10 inches. But you want to make sure that when you do get the log or the tree, that you put it as far back in the jaw as you can so you have better lifting capacity. And it does come with a 2.5 by 8 inch hydraulic cylinder. And it is protected with this guard here. So the hydraulic hoses here are plumbed very well. They're hidden here in the back of the channel of the puller here, and anything that has a rub point has this nylon sleeve over it. There is an 1.5 inch shaft that goes all the way through, and it is greasable with 2 grease zerks here. And there's one in the front for the hydraulic piston. And for you skid steer operators, there is a step on both sides. Though it comes standard with this universal skid steer mounting plate, there are other options that are available. Flat face couplers come standard with the tree puller, but you can ask for the Ag or the Pioneer type fittings if you have a tractor like I do. So this will not only pull trees and bushes, but fence posts. T-posts of any length. And lastly, it can pick up boulders or construction debris like broken up concrete. And with the paddle nose, you can get in after you break up the concrete and lift it up. So now that we've gone through all the specs and the company, let's do some demos now. Now, as I mentioned previously, the only limitation on this tree puller is the machine that you have behind it. Now let's understand, I have a tractor, not a skid steer, and it does have limitations. Now I can lift up 1,835 pounds. However, this is taking about 400 of those pounds out of that equation. So I can still do quite a lot with it. But as I mentioned, if you have a skid steer, and this happens to be a 4010, a 40 horsepower tractor, so I should be able to pull quite a bit of stuff with it. But I'm not going to go crazy and try to bend my arms or start digging deep in the ground and possibly have issues with my loader arms or whatever. So we're going to take it nice and slow first here, but we'll give you some examples of what kind of trees we're going to be taking out. And one thing I wanted to mention, you definitely need some ballast on the back of your tractor to help you take stuff in and out, to lift the trees out and to rip them out. You have just a little bit more force if you're pushing it forward or backwards. Now my tires are filled, and this weight right here is about 400 pounds. So, and I like it because it's very narrow. I don't have a long mower or something else sticking out the back. It's very compact. So earlier I mentioned about the laser cut teeth, and let me show you how important that is. Single sheet of paper, let me show you now. I can't pull that out. The benefit there is when we're dealing with the smaller saplings and everything, it doesn't pull out of the teeth. It'll stick inside there and I'll be able to pull everything out. Okay, here's our first victim, or I should say our first removal. It's this clump of 3 maple trees. There's just too many maples in this area, so we've got to thin them out of it. Let's see what this will do now. You want to make sure you can get it as far down and as deep as you can here. And now just close it up and lift it out.
Due to the deep root systems of these maples, my tractor could not pull these out, so I had to use the spade to break up some of the roots first. Though the front nose spade did work great at breaking up the roots, I found by rocking the tree back and forth, I broke more roots as well.
So now you can see we've opened it up. These trees aren't fighting each other, they'll grow better. So our next tree we're going to do is this cedar right here. It's about a 4-inch at the base. But we're going to take some of these other saplings out first so we could get to that cedar. Stay tuned.
I learned from my first tree to go ahead and break up the roots first. And by repositioning the tractor and ripping more of the root system out by going back and forth, I was able to get the tree out quicker.
Though it took me a few minutes, it can be done. So I just wanted to show it is possible for a 4-inch cedar here to be pulled out, and that's one heck of a root system here. Now, utilizing both the trenching tool here as well as the tree puller, I don't have enough power with this tractor to curl and have it lift up. On the smaller stuff it works, but on the bigger stuff here, I have to rip some of the roots out and then move it back and forth to tear everything out. And as you can see, after a few minutes, it does come out. So this is the stuff that we want to get rid of. This is the buckthorn here, and as you can see how thickly it grows. But I'll show you how quickly the tree puller takes care of this in just a matter of minutes. That's how easily and quickly it takes care of buckthorn. Just a few minutes and you can clear a whole path. So next to a mulcher, as I mentioned, this is probably the next best tool to have on hand. So though we got a little bit of cleanup right here, we took away most of the debris with the buckthorn. Take a look, we have $1 million view now. Now we can just go down the fence line here and clear it all up, and we'll get a view of the backwaters here as well. Super cool, a lot of fun. So here's one of the other major invasives here in central Wisconsin, and that is honeysuckle. We have it marked here. We're going to take that brushy base out of there and clean this whole area up really quickly here. So I'll show you how well this tree puller does on this. So as you can see, it made short work of that honeysuckle. You can clean up a whole patch very quickly. Okay, even though the tree puller is not a grapple, I can move trees like this into a staging area. Let me show you. So I hope you found this video informative on the STP34 Stinger tree puller. I will have information on the company in the info section below. So if you've enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe, and give me a thumbs up as well. And remember, pass it forward, make the world a better place. And don't be a tool, watch Tony's Cool Tools. Until I see you next time, have a great one.